very good evening, and thank you all for joining us on this edition of the special report. My name is Joy Doreen Bira. Today is the 7th of April 2016, and our major focus this evening is going to be on the financial status of the banking industry in Kenya today, and just about the banks that have been placed under receivership in a space of 9 months. We are looking at 3 banks that have been placed under receivership since August of 2015, and that is Dubai Bank, Imperial Bank, and now Chase Bank. So the Central Bank of Kenya governor, that is Patrick Njoroge, placed Tier 3 lender Chase Bank under receivership after it emerged that the bank was not meeting its financial obligations. The bank, which is popular with small and medium-sized companies, will be under the management of the Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation for the next 12 months until the bank proves to CBK that it will meet its obligations by way of having the right capital requirements. While addressing journalists in Nairobi, CBK Governor Patrick Njoroge intimated that he would not relent in his quest to clean up the banking sector, which is estimated to be worth over 5 trillion Kenya shillings. Among the questions that CBK raised was Chase Bank directors had questionable loans, which the bank was not liquid enough to handle. In total, the bank has 16.6 billion shillings in toxic loans that were recklessly awarded to both top directors as well as a few customers.
It's decided that the bank goes into liquidation, and at that point the insured amount, which is 100,000, is executed. So you get that minimum amount. We are miles away from that. We've just started the operation. And I think the point here is let's wait and deal with the shareholders. After all, they say that they'll come ASAP. So let's take it step by step. Even understanding the pain that people have in terms of lack of access to their resources. Yes, there are some painful aspects of it, and we know some of the painful aspects. The painful aspects may relate to even particular depositors. And frankly, yes, we hear that. We do see the pain that people that do not have access to their resources will go through. There's no denying it. But in that sense, we still need, this is why you need a sort of an unbiased regulator who will look at the interest of all without fear or favor. So what happened here? First, there was something like 8.7 billion that was, there wasn't sufficient evidence that this can be recovered. Okay, so basically this relates to some specific investments that were there, and my understanding is some of them are real estate, but it doesn't matter from my perspective whether it was real estate or whatever. It's an investment. The question is it recoverable? Inside lending to entities that are owned by the directors, okay, of something in the order of 6.9 B as well, billion. So again, by the way, remember this also violated other, let's say, limits, as you know, to one borrower and things like that. But the point is, are these recoverable, or should they be in your balance sheet as assets, or should you take a loss?
And those are the remarks of the CBK Governor Patrick Njoroge on Chase Bank being placed under receivership. Now, of course, customers are in a bit of a limbo. Maybe there could have been a speculation that could have caused a bit of a bank run. That was yesterday as a result of Chase Bank restating its results for the financial year of 2015. And KTN's Abi Agina caught up with one of the Chase Bank customers, and these were some of their fears.
I'm Patrick Omondi. I went to my branch I've been banking with Chase Bank, and today I was just called by the brother who was at home watching news. He informed me that there is a breaking news that all the branches and ATMs are closed. All the customers cannot access to their money. I was at work I ran back to my branch. I thought that they are still opening. When I get there, I was told that everything is shut down. I ran to the central bank to seek more information. Yes.
So tell us about how has this left you? Are you able to do your normal businesses? What has happened to your money?
Yes, you know, all my money I banked into this account, almost all. So my business is at a standstill. I can't access anything. I can't do anything. Even my basic day-to-day requirements, I can't access because I only go to bank, I withdraw, then I use it. So all my money is like, I can't do anything with it, yes.
Now that the CBK says that it will take them close to 12 months before they clear this issue, or even a shorter time frame, as a customer, what plans will you have to make? Because I believe you still have to run your business and you still have to use your money. What do you think you'll be forced to do now that you can't access your money?
Yes, I'll be forced to borrow from friends to continue running my businesses because I can't wait, because I don't know when this thing will be reopened and when they'll start operating afresh. So I must go away a notch further, go and look for somewhere other sources to get some money, small amount to continue to run my businesses. Yeah.
And if the bank opens, let's say tomorrow, what would be the first thing you would do?
The first thing I'll do is to go withdraw all my money, because right now I believe that my money is not safe. It can be shut down again as it has happened. So the first thing I'll do, I'll rush to the bank, withdraw all my money, get to the safer bank, the alternative bank. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mondi.
Thank you.
Omondi is just one of those customers, and just like he puts it, if the bank was to open tomorrow, he would go and withdraw all the money and take it to a safer bank, and that is what's causing or could cause a bank run in the country today, especially with the developments in Chase Bank. But there also other customers outside of Nairobi who express their fears. They're not able to access their accounts, neither are they able to access hard cash from the bank, and that is in Kisumu County.
Nilifikiria tu ni mchezo, lakini nimekuja asubuhi nikapata kweli imefungwa. Sasa sijui tutapata pesa zetu aje, maana ni pesa ya biashara na ni pesa zetu.
Nimestuka sana, hata sasa niko na school fees, niko na mtoto wa form 3, niko na wengine anaingia form 1 next year, na pesa zangu zile deposit zangu zingesaidia. Sasa sina hata vision, siona hata mbele itakuwa namna gani wala nyuma itakuwa namna gani. I don't know the reaction of the family or the reaction of the children, kwa sababu tayari nalipa school fees.
Mimi mwenyewe nilicall Chase Bank and I talked to the customer care. Wakaniambia kuwa mimi kama mfanyabiashara I need not to be worried. Pesa yangu iko safe na nitaipata. So kufika asubuhi ni make a transaction hapa, nimekuwa shocked to realize kuwa siwezi nikaendelea na biashara kupata pesa yangu. Pesa yangu yenye iko hapa ndani ni pesa mingi.
Niliweka hapa pesa yangu 50,000 kwa fixed deposit. Sasa leo ndio nilikuwa nakuja kutoa nefutomia kwa fees na nimepata wamefunga mlango. Sasa sijui nini naendelea hapa.
I'm sure they knew this thing before. They could have informed us because already I've given a check. My check is now going to bounce. My next worry is I have a loan with the Chase Bank. They have my logbook. I don't know how will it be now. How will it be?
General manager ako ndani hapo, angetueleza ile pesa ilikuwa hapa ndani, acheck kwa account yetu, hata kwa hii account anipee tu only 50,000 ya this account only.
All right, many customers are anxious, and those are not just the only ones. Now, everybody is wondering, is my money safe in the bank that it is deposited in? And this is not just reference to Chase Bank. So let's now take a look at some of the banks that have been placed under receivership over the past 9 months. And we'll begin with the latest, that is Chase Bank. And today, the 7th of April 2016, Chase Bank was placed under receivership by CBK for the next 12 months. And the bank experienced liquidity difficulties, and also they they happen to have misreported some of their results in the recently released 2015 financial year results as well. Now, this was also following, again, inaccurate social media reports and the departure of 2 directors, and it was not able to meet its financial obligations, and that is why the bank has been placed under receivership. But it's not the only bank that has been placed under receivership in Kenya. We also have other banks, and the other bank before Chase Bank was Imperial Bank, that was placed under receivership on the 13th of October of 2015. And it was basically due to irregularities and malpractices in the bank, which exposed the depositors as well. Now, the CBK governor says that the case of Chase Bank is not as bad as what happened with Imperial Bank. And so we're also seeing that Imperial Bank as well was meant to have at least some sort of resolution by around this time. But CBK asked for an extra 90 days to have a final resolution on the way forward for the mid-tier bank. And the creditors, that was on the creditors and the banking sector to the financial risks that the bank was exposing some of the depositors to. Now, a thing about the other bank that was placed under receivership, that is Dubai Bank. On the 14th of August of 2015, Dubai Bank was also placed under receivership. The first bank to be placed under receivership under the term or tenure of Governor Patrick Njoroge. And that was due to serious liquidity and capital deficiencies in that bank. And also another point to note about Dubai Bank is the fact that at the point it was placed under receivership, most of their books remained having a lot of irregularities. And so those 3 banks have been placed under receivership in under a year. And questions have been raised about what exactly was the previous central bank governor doing in regard to, regulating the industry, the banking industry. But now, to put this into perspective for us, we are joined by Maurice Odwar, who is the investments manager at Citon Investments. And we also have in our City Center studio Joy Kiru, who is an economist as well. And the two of them are going to be talking to us about what is happening in the banking industry today. So thank you so much both for joining us. That is Joy at our City Center studio and Maurice in studio with me here today. What do you make out of Chase Bank's receivership notice by the Central Bank of Kenya?
Thank you, Joy. If you to put everything into perspective, it's very good so that we can go back and look at the banking sector in Kenya, where it has come from and where the reason why we are where we are. Because if you look at the performance of Kenya as an economy over the period of, like, if you can spend it today, a period of 7 years, we really have a very stable economic growth. And look at an economy that is growing. Mostly financial sectors have usually the sector that benefits most and very fast from an economic growth. These are sectors that carry out financial intermediation role, and now these are the banks. And now when it comes in this environment, banks usually grow very fast, and now everything becomes comfortable. And again, in terms of economic growth, everyone is feeling very good. Things are working as they're supposed to be. But now moving now to where we are supposed to be. Remember, Kenya has 42 banks with a population of about 40 million, which based, if you look at now the calculation alone, there are 1 bank serving at Kenya, 1 million Kenyans, which going by those metrics, Kenya is already overbanked. But now we are moving into a period of what we refer to a period of transition, which most likely what we are seeing now, we are moving to more a period where they are going to be more strictness in terms of supervision, in terms of control, in terms of ensuring the banking industry remains strong, remains compliant, and remains robust. In terms, these are now where now we are moving, and that's where we are headed.
Yes, but now in regard to Chase Bank particularly, what do you make out of the fact that it was placed under receivership today, and of course, plus the other banks, the past 2 banks that have been placed under receivership, that is Imperial Bank and Dubai Bank?
Of course, if you look at the last 3 banks that we've seen, of course, if you look at the case of Dubai Bank was a small bank, didn't really have an effect as such. It was even difficult to trace who are Dubai Bank clients, as opposed to now a case like you are seeing for Chase. There are so many people complaining. From Dubai Bank, we moved to Imperial, again a bank that was growing very fast, that had effects in terms of people complaining in terms of the safety of their assets and where they will go. But now if you move to Chase Bank, also was a very fast-growing Tier 3 bank. It was a bank that was, if you take a case of Dubai Bank and Chase Bank and Imperial Bank, they were among the